Hi, Scott Wilson here for The Pressing Matters. Welcome to the 4th episode, in which I'm going to discuss the Tone Poet series, one of my favorite reissue series going on right now. The Tone Poet series is from Blue Note, and Blue Note had been reissuing on their Blue Note 80 series, and that evolved into the Classic series. This is a separate series that's done to a higher standard for audiophiles, and it's one of the best deals in reissues right now, because what they've done is they've gotten Joe Harley, who is doing the Music Matters reissues, to come on board and curate this series and oversee it. Excuse me. And they've also engaged Kevin Gray to do the mastering on these. They're all analog masterings, and they've contracted with RTI to press them. And in contrast to the Blue Note 80 series, which is done to a lower price point with standard jackets, pressed at Optimal in Germany, also mastered by Kevin Gray, and the masterings are fine, but the overall product doesn't have the luxurious quality that these Tone Poets have. Just for example, this is one of the later ones that just came out in the last couple months. Dexter Gordon, One Flight Up, and you know, it's one of the best ones so far. I mean, they seem to be just getting better and better. This one is beautiful reissue. The Tone Poets are issued in gatefolds where available, and the determining factor is if they have the session photos that were done, I believe, by Francis Wolf at every session at Blue Note. And if they have them, it comes out in a beautiful gatefold, high gloss, Stoughton jacket, very substantial, and looks great on your shelf and is a pleasure to handle. And the pressings by RTI. Now, RTI has always been one of my favorite pressing plants, and with the increased demand lately on pressing plants with the vinyl boom, they've had a few misses, even on like high quality, high-end reissues, say for like the One Step series from MoFi. A lot of pressing problems on those. They always rectify it, but for some reason, the Tone Poets must have someone there watching with quality control, because the Tone Poets are coming out perfect, really perfect, and they are some of the most silent records you can get right now. The pressings have been defect-free for the most part, for me, completely. Once in a while I'll read in a forum that someone had a problem with one, but 99% of the time, you don't have to worry about that. It's done to a very high standard. These are like end-all pressings for these titles. The titles chosen for this series are a little bit offbeat. They're not the warhorse titles that Blue Note puts out in their Classic series. These are a little bit more deep catalog titles. Often they could be from the later period, like the 70s or late 60s, rather than the late 50s period. So they could be a little more soul jazz, or something that's a little more 70s sounding. There's also sometimes sessions that weren't originally issued when they were recorded, and later on they had put out a subpar reissue like back in the day. These take those sessions and present them in the right way, giving you the best quality and best view on those sessions. The latest ones are very interesting. Funny story, because I don't always listen to a stream or something before I hear these. And on these two titles, I didn't. I ordered everything automatically as far as Tone Poet. I'm on the pre-order all the time, so I get everything that comes out. I'm not afraid that I won't like it because their track record is so good. The two releases this month are Katanga and Witch Doctor. Now these sound like to me like tiki torch titles. The cover art kind of gives you that impression too. I do like the late 50s lounge music, so it kind of the covers kind of reminded me of that. So I didn't know what to expect, but they're just titles and artwork. The music is very interesting jazz, particularly like Katanga by Curtis Amy. That title is not a Blue Note title. Blue Note has under their umbrella Pacific Jazz. So Pacific Jazz put out this title originally, and the Tone Poets have been putting out a couple of titles from this company as well. Pacific Jazz also, I guess it was the Chet Baker Sings earlier on in the series was also from Pacific Jazz, so we can expect more titles from that company as well. All in all, this is a series that is not to be missed. I found immense pleasure, exploring jazz through this series, and I can recommend it wholeheartedly. There's no question. These are the best reissues coming out right now. And if you like jazz, I suggest you take a listen. Thank you for watching today. If you like the content and you'd like to see more, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. It would really help us out.